So you're looking for a dog trainer here in Manassas, Virginia, and you know how important it is to get it right, for you and for your dog. Well, we're going to walk you through exactly how to do that step by step.
Because really, that's the goal, isn't it? To unlock a much better life with your dog right here in our community. I mean, imagine enjoying the farmer's market, or walking calmly right past the train depot, or just relaxing at a local park without any stress.
Okay, we've broken this down into 5 simple parts. First, we'll cover the local realities of dog ownership here. Then, we'll talk about finding a great, humane professional, picking the right program for you, vetting your choices, and finally, putting all that amazing new training into practice around town.
First up, your dog in Manassas. You know, it's actually really important to understand the local rules before you even think about starting training.
The city has some pretty practical rules every dog owner should know. Your dog's leash can't be longer than 6 feet anytime you're off your own property. Also, a current rabies vaccination is an absolute must for any dog over 4 months old. And this last one is key: nuisance barking can actually lead to a citation. So when you're training for quiet behavior, you're really just being a good neighbor.
Next, let's get into finding a humane professional. This part is all about how you can spot a modern, effective, and most importantly, kind trainer.
The whole foundation of modern dog training is something called positive reinforcement. So instead of correcting a dog when they do something wrong, you're actually rewarding them for doing something right. This approach builds so much confidence and really strengthens your relationship. It makes training something your dog actually gets excited about.
Now, Virginia doesn't actually require trainers to be licensed, so professional certifications are a huge sign of commitment. You'll see acronyms like CPTK or KPA-CTP. These show that a trainer has really invested in their education. For more serious issues like anxiety or aggression, you might look for a behavior consultant with an IABC certification. The bottom line here is to just ask about their credentials and how they keep their skills up to date.
All right, Section 3, choosing your training program. Now that you know what to look for in a person, let's talk about the different kinds of programs they might offer. Let's look at the 2 most common options. Group classes, they're fantastic for learning basic obedience and for practicing around other dogs in a nice, controlled setting. Private lessons, though, are perfect for tackling those very specific issues that happen in your home. You know, like jumping on guests or barking at everything that moves outside your window. The best choice really just comes down to your specific goals.
Okay, now let's get into the nitty-gritty, vetting your top choices. This is where we'll cover the details of cost and how to make that final decision with confidence.
This table should give you a pretty solid idea of what to budget for training services right here in the Manassas area. A 6-week group class, for example, might be a couple $100s, while a package of private lessons will cost more. Board and train programs are definitely the most intensive option and come with the highest price tag, but they can be a great choice for busy owners who need faster results.
So once you have a trainer in mind and you've got a handle on the costs, what exactly should you ask them before you commit to anything? Here's your checklist for that first consultation call. You want to make sure their philosophy lines up with positive reinforcement. Ask about their credentials. Be super clear about what you want to achieve. And here's the big one. If you're dealing with behavior issues, make sure they are willing to collaborate with your veterinarian. A great trainer sees themselves as part of your dog's total wellness team.
And that brings us to our final section, putting training into practice. Because, let's be honest, the real work doesn't stop when the trainer leaves.
Think of Manassas as your real-world classroom. You can practice off-leash skills safely over at Signal Hill Dog Park. Prince William Forest Park is just perfect for working on focus during a leashed hike with all sorts of new smells and sounds. And as your dog gets better, you can graduate to practicing polite walking in the much busier environment of Old Town.
In the end, all the effort you put into finding the right trainer and practicing these skills, it pays off in countless little moments. It's that calm walk, that peaceful afternoon at a pet-friendly spot, and the confidence you feel knowing you've got a happy, well-behaved dog who is just a true pleasure to have by your side anywhere you go in Manassas.